When it comes to formula feeding, parents want to know the kind of water they should use, how to measure the water and the milk. They also want to know if the bottle should be swirled or shaken, and how often they should feed their baby. Do not use water from the tap, instead boil the water. Do not use natural, sparkling mineral or soda water. The formula should be warm, although some babies don't mind having room temperature milk. If that's your baby, then you can just use the bottled water to prepare their formula. But in all that you do, make sure you're not using water directly from the tap. The water has to go through some form of purification. That's why you should either boil the water or use bottled water, or both. To know how much milk and water to use, you're to check the formula container. It'll tell you all that you need to know. The particular formula I'm using says that you should use 3 scoops of milk in 90 milliliters of water for 1 to 4 weeks old babies, and 4 scoops of milk in 120 milliliters of water for 4 to 8 weeks old babies. And then it goes on like that. So this is particular to this formula. Check the formula that you're using and it will give you all the information that you need. I'm going to prepare a 90 milliliters bottle. That will be 3 scoops. So I'm going to be using hot water and the bottled water. I don't think many parents will want to wait for the water to get cool before they use it. So many parents will prefer to just do the whole mixture. That's what I'll be doing. So as you can see, it's a 90. Another thing I want you to note is you pour the water in first before you pour the powder in. It's not powder before water. If you pour the powder in before you add the water, it's going to lead to an improper ratio. So you pour the water in first, you measure the water in before you add the powder. It's important to know that every scoop you take should be leveled. Just like this. It's either you use the side here to level it, or you can use a table knife to level things up for you. But what's most convenient for parents is to use here actually. So that's what I'll be using. 3 scoops. So I've got the 3 scoops in. The next thing parents want to know is, should the bottle be shaken or should the bottle be swirled? Now I'm going to shake the bottle and I'm going to show you what happens when you shake the bottle. Can you see all that? So what you can see is known as air bubbles. Air bubbles get trapped in babies and it causes pain and discomfort. Swirling the bottle like this is way better because it creates less air bubbles, and that's best for your baby. So I just swirled the bottle and I'm going to show you what it looks like. See? Less air bubbles. In fact, I can spot some. So as you can see, there are less air bubbles, and so this is the best method for your baby. You've made the bottle and you've offered it to your baby, but your baby didn't finish it. What do? You can keep it in the fridge for an hour, but after an hour, you should discard the milk because your baby's saliva came in contact with the milk. So it's no longer safe to keep it longer than an hour. You prepare the formula ahead of time. How do you store it? You can keep it in the fridge for 24 hours, or you can keep it in room temperature for 2 hours. When warming the bottle, make sure you do not use a microwave, and that's because microwaves create hot spots that can burn your baby's mouth. You can either place it in a pan and put it on fire, or you can place the bottle in hot water, or you can use a bottle warmer. So those are the ways you can warm the bottle up. If your baby is formula fed, your baby should be eating every 2 to 4 hours. If your baby's been sleeping for 2 hours plus, you may have to wake them up to eat. And that's because they don't have stores in their livers to keep their blood sugar stable. In all that you do, make sure that you do not add more than the required amount of water or milk powder.